I spent 30 days testing every major reality shifting method. The Raven method, the pillow method, the Julia method, the Sunny method, the train method. I documented everything, every symptom, every sensation, every single attempt. And I'm about to tell you something that might completely shock you. Only one method gave me a full, successful, undeniable shift. But here's what's crazy. It wasn't the method everyone swears by. It wasn't the most popular one. And the method that actually worked. I almost skipped it entirely because it seemed way too simple. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which method worked, why it worked when the others failed, and exactly how you can use it to shift tonight. But first, let me tell you about the 4 methods that didn't work and why they failed for me. You might be making the exact same mistakes. So, the experiment. For 30 days straight, I followed a strict protocol. I tested each of the 5 major methods for 6 days in a row. Same time every night, right before bed, I kept a detailed shifting journal, rating each attempt on 5 key factors: symptom intensity, focus clarity, ease of falling asleep, dream vividness, and of course the final result. Did I shift or not? I was ruthless in my tracking. Ooh! One method gave me intense, wild symptoms on day 2. Another method gave me absolutely nothing for the entire 6 days. It was a roller coaster. And the method that finally worked, you've definitely heard of it. But I can guarantee you're probably not doing it the right way. Let's get into the first method, the one everyone knows, the Raven method. Method number 1, the Raven method. 6 days of counting, visualizing, and hoping. Day 1, I was pumped. I got into my starfish position, started counting from 1 to 100, and with each number, I visualized my desired reality. By the number 47, I felt this mild tingling in my fingertips. My heart started racing. Was this it? Was I already getting symptoms? But I kept counting, trying to stay focused. By the time I hit 82, I was just asleep. I woke up in my own bed. No shift. Day 2, same routine. This time the tingling came back around 55, but it was fainter. I felt a slight floating sensation at 70, but then my mind started wandering to my grocery list. I lost the visualization, finished counting, and fell asleep. Frustration was setting in. Days 3 and 4 were a battle. I was trying too hard. On day 3, I was so focused on getting symptoms that I was just lying there tense, counting aggressively. Nothing happened but a headache. Day 4, I tried to be more relaxed. The tingling came back, along with a sudden, loud ringing in my ears. That was new. It startled me. I lost count and the moment was gone. The last 2 days, days 5 and 6, I felt desperate. I was following the script perfectly, but it felt like my mind and body were fighting me. On the final attempt, I made it all the way to 100 without falling asleep. I lay there for another 20 minutes, waiting for anything to happen. I just drifted into a normal sleep. So, the reveal for the Raven method. Did it work for me? No, not even close. I didn't shift. I'd rate it a 3 out of 10. It produced sporadic, inconsistent symptoms, but the counting kept my logical mind too active. I was focusing on the numbers, not the feeling of being in my DR. It felt more like a mental chore than a gateway. But method number 2, this one genuinely surprised me. I had such low expectations, and yet I almost gave up on day 4 of this method. Good thing I didn't. Method 2, the pillow method. The one where you write your script on a paper and put it under your pillow. I was skeptical, but I committed. Committed essay. Day 1, I wrote a super detailed script about my Hogwarts DR, folded the paper, slipped it under my pillow. I affirmed, I will wake up in my desired reality. I fell asleep almost instantly. Woke up, checked. Nope. Woke, still in my CR bedroom. Day 2, same thing. Nothing. Day 3, I tried whispering my affirmations out loud to the pillow. It felt silly, but I did it. That night, I had the most vivid dream of my life, but it was about being at work, not my DR. A weird, hyper-realistic stress dream. Day 4 was the breaking point. I woke up in the middle of the night, my hand clutching the paper under the pillow. My heart was pounding. I thought, this is a sign. I closed my eyes, affirmed again, and fell back asleep. Woke up here. I was so ready to write this method off as total wishful thinking. But on day 5, I changed one thing. Instead of just writing the script, I spent 5 minutes before bed truly feeling the emotions of being there. Then I put the paper under my pillow. That night, I experienced sleep paralysis for the first time ever. I couldn't move. I heard whispers. I felt a presence in the room. It was terrifying, and it had nothing to do with my DR. I forced myself awake, sweating. The final day, day 6, I was nervous. I did the same emotional prep, put the paper down. I had a peaceful sleep, but no shift, no weird symptoms. The pillow method results. Did I shift? No. But it did something. The vivid dream, the sleep paralysis, it was accessing my subconscious, but in a chaotic, uncontrolled way. I'd rate it a 4 out of 10. It's passive, which is good for overthinkers, but it lacks direction. You're just throwing an intention into the void and hoping your subconscious figures it out. Now method number 3 is where things got seriously weird. The Julia method. This is the sensory-heavy one, focusing on immersing yourself in the feelings of your DR before sleep. Days 1 and 2 were fine. I'd lay there and try to feel the textures of my DR clothes, smell the air, hear the sounds. It felt like a meditation. Nice, but no big symptoms. Then came day 3. Phew, this method gave me the strongest, most bizarre symptoms of the entire experiment. I was visualizing walking through the halls of Hogwarts, feeling the stone wall, when a wave of intense vertigo hit me. The room started spinning. I felt like I was physically tipping, falling sideways off my bed. I heard a loud whooshing sound like wind rushing past my ears. My heart was hammering. This lasted for what felt like a full minute. I was convinced I was about to shift, and then it all faded. I was just lying in my quiet stationary bed. I was stunned. Day 4, I chased that feeling. I tried to recreate the exact visualization. I got mild tingles, but no vertigo, no whooshing. Day 5, I focused harder. I started getting involuntary muscle twitches. My leg would jerk, my arm would spasm. It was distracting. Day 6, my final attempt. I decided to just ride, whatever happened. The tingling came back, then the feeling of sinking deep into my mattress. I felt lighter. I saw brief, flashing images behind my eyelids, a glimpse of a castle corridor, the flicker of a candle. It was the closest I'd felt to a bridge between realities, but I couldn't hold it. And I slipped into a dream about trying to find my shifting journal. So the Julia method reveal. Did it work? No. I didn't fully arrive in my DR, but it was a breathtaking almost. The symptoms were powerful and tangible. It taught me that sensory immersion is key. I'd rate it a 7 out of 10 for symptom generation. It made shifting feel physically possible. At this point, I was excited. I was getting closer. But I was also starting to wonder, would any method actually get me all the way there? Then I tried method number 4, and everything changed. This is when I had the biggest realization of the entire month. The realization of what I'd been doing wrong with all the other methods. The Sunny method. It's built on gratitude and positive energy. For 6 days, I focused on feeling grateful for my desired reality as if I already had it. Day 1, I just listed things I was grateful for in my CR, then extended that feeling to my DR. It felt good, peaceful. I slept well. Day 2, I focused solely on DR gratitude. I am so grateful I am a witch. I am so grateful I have my wand. I am so grateful my owl is here. I felt a warm, happy glow in my chest. It was lovely, but again, I just fell asleep. Days 3 and 4, I combined it with light visualization, feeling grateful while picturing my DR common room. This is when the shift happened, not in my location, but in my mindset. The desperation was gone. The frantic munda to get there, feeling vanished. It was replaced by a calm, knowing certainty. I am already there in my consciousness. It was a profound feeling. On day 5, with that calm certainty, I did my gratitude practice and fell asleep. I woke up from a dream where I was just living in my DR. It wasn't a spectacular adventure dream. It was a mundane, getting ready for class dream. But it felt completely real and normal, like a memory. When I woke up here, I didn't feel disappointed. I felt peaceful, and for the first time, I truly believed I could do it. The final day, day 6, I held that belief. I felt the symptoms of the Julia method, the lightness, the tingling, but they were softer, wrapped in that calm certainty. I felt myself detaching, but I still woke up here. The Sunny method results. Did I physically shift? No. But did it work? In a massive, crucial way, yes. It fixed my mindset. It removed the resistance and the hunger that was blocking me. It was the breakthrough I needed. I'd rate it an 8 out of 10 for foundational work. It's the method that makes all other methods work better. But wait, I still had one more method to try. The fifth and final method. And this is the one nobody really talks about anymore. I saved it for last because I was honestly the most skeptical. I thought it was kind of gimmicky. The fifth method, this is what changed everything. The train method, also called the elevator method. You visualize yourself in a train car or an elevator, watching the numbers change or the scenery pass, knowing that when it stops, you'll be in your DR. I was rolling my eyes on day one. It seemed too simplistic, almost childish, but I was committed to the experiment. Day one, I visualized the old-fashioned train from the Hogwarts Express. I mentally stepped inside, sat in a compartment, and watched the platform roll away. I focused on the sound of the wheels on the tracks. Clack, clack. I made it about 2 minutes before my mind wandered to what I was going to eat for breakfast. I fell asleep. Day two, I tried the elevator version. A fancy, golden elevator. I watched the numbers go up. 1, 2, 3. I imagined the ding at each floor. I fell asleep around floor, a 5. So far, it was confirming my skepticism. But on day 3, something small shifted. Instead of just watching the numbers, I started to feel the movement. I felt the slight lurch of the elevator starting, the vibration in the floor. I paired it with the calm, knowing certainty from the Sunny method. I wasn't desperate for it to stop. I was just enjoying the ride, knowing my destination was sure. I felt a tangible click in my mind, like a gear settling into place. I didn't shift, but I slept deeper than I had in weeks. Day 4. This was the day. I did my Sunny-style gratitude first. I felt peaceful and certain. Then I laid down and entered my elevator. Gold doors, soft lighting. I pressed the button for my DR floor. I felt the elevator rise. I heard the gentle ding. 3, ding 1. With each floor, I affirmed, I'm getting closer. I felt the upward motion in my stomach. 2. My body began to feel heavy. Then wait. 3. The tingling from the Julia method spread from my feet up to my head. The whooshing sound returned, but it was gentle, like the sound of the elevator shaft. If I could smell a smell that wasn't in my room. 6. The elevator slowed. I knew this was it. The doors didn't open yet. I just knew I was there. I didn't force it. I just held the feeling and let the doors open in my mind. And they did. I wasn't in my bed. I was standing in the Gryffindor common room. The fire was crackling. I could feel the heat on my skin. I looked down at my hands, but I was wearing robes. I pinched my arm. I felt it. The sensation was absolutely crisp, more vivid than any dream. I walked to the window, touched the cold glass, saw the grounds below. Grounds below. I was there. For how long? I don't know. Time felt different. It felt like both an instant and an hour. I remember sitting in an armchair, just soaking in the reality of it, the profound, quiet joy of it. I didn't try to do anything epic. I just was. The transition back wasn't jarring. Jarring. I had the intention to return, and I slowly felt the common room fade, like a curtain closing, and I was back in my bed, here. I opened my eyes. My heart was calm. I just knew. I had finally actually shifted. The train method results. Did it work? Yes, a full, conscious, undeniable shift. A 10 out of 10. It provided the perfect structure, a clear, simple bridge, the train elevator that my mind could latch onto, combined with the progressive sensory buildup, the sounds, the motion, that the Julia method taught me, all underpinned by the calm, knowing certainty of the Sunny method. It was the perfect hybrid. So after 30 days, 5 methods, and more introspection than I thought possible, the method that actually gave me a full successful shift was the train method. The one I was most skeptical about. Why did it work when the others didn't? First, it gave my busy mind a simple, repetitive job, watching floors or scenery, which quieted my logical thoughts better than counting. Second, the built-in progression, moving from one place to another, naturally created a feeling of transition, which tricked my subconscious into making the jump. Third, and most importantly, by day 4, I wasn't attached to the outcome. The Sunny method had fixed that. I was just on a ride. The moment I combined the structure of the train with the mindset of the Sunny, the door swung wide open. Here's the quick ranking. Pillow method, a 4. It's too passive. 4. Raven method, a 3. It keeps you too mentally active. 3. Julia method, a 7. Amazing for symptoms, needs a stronger bridge. 2, Sunny Method, and 8, the Essential Mindset Foundation. And the winner, number 1, the Train Method, a perfect 10. But here's what nobody tells you about the Train Method, the secret that made it work for me. It's not about the vehicle, it's about the journey. You have to genuinely feel the movement. You have to surrender to the ride and truly believe, without a shred of doubt, that the destination is the only possible stop. My first tries failed because I was just watching numbers. When I learned to feel the elevator lurch and rise in my gut, that's when it became real. If you're going to try this method tonight, you need to know this. Don't just visualize it. Multisensory immersion is key. Hear the ding. Smell the elevator air. Maybe it's got a hint of ozone. Feel the vibration through your shoes. And pair it with the Sunny Method gratitude first. Spend 5 minutes feeling grateful for your day as if it's already yours. Then and only then step into your elevator or train. Let it carry you. Don't force the doors open. Let them open on their own when you arrive. So here's your action plan for tonight. 1. Do a 5-minute Sunny gratitude session. Feel the joy of already being in your DR. 2. Get comfortable. 3. Begin your train or elevator visualization. Focus on the feeling of movement. 4. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sound of the wheels or the ding of the floors. 5. Trust the journey. Let go. You are going home. This experiment proved to me that shifting is real. It's not a metaphor, it's a skill. And the right method with the right mindset is your ticket. I want you to try the Train Method with the Sunny Foundation. I truly believe it can work for you too. Comment which method you're trying tonight. I'm replying to every single comment with personalized tips for that specific method. If this 30-day experiment helped you finally decide on a method to try, smash that like button. It really helps me out. Subscribe, because next week I'm doing this entire experiment again with 5 different obscure methods nobody talks about. We're going deeper. And in my next video, I'm revealing the method that's supposedly impossible, the one that claims to shift you in under 60 seconds. No meditation, no sleep. I'm testing it for a full week. See you there.